Hi everyone. Sorry, am I audible? Am I audible?
Hello, yeah, we can hear you. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Good. Okay, good morning from me. So, let me try. I want to reach out to people on the channel. Uh, Hi, Lucky. I think I've seen Lucky for the first time. Hi, Lucky. I didn't want to.
We're waiting for everyone, right?
Yes, sorry. Yeah, with everyone. I don't know why. They're taking something to. I, I, is in the Wait, can you hear me, sir? Mr. King.
Yeah, I can hear you. Good.
I don't know what it was. Back. Yeah, yeah. I sent a reminder to the Discord
Right.
channel. Yes. Wow. Is in the time.
Hello, boss man. Sorry, good morning. Sorry, I was just trying to do something. Good morning, boss. How you doing?
Yeah, good morning. How you doing?
Yeah, fine. Thanks so much. Happy to have you here.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, don't mind the low turnout. We're usually more than this.
Don't worry.
At least, yeah, at least on a regular, we're at least 19, 20 people.
I see, I see.
So,
Don't worry about that.
yeah,
I
yeah,
understand.
yes. But,
What yeah, don't worry. Yeah, was like
I
that's
don't know
some
why everyone
just to be, I
what
mean,
happened.
now while we're waiting for people, I don't know. Is it okay if we can get like a sneak peek into what we'll be doing today? Like, are we gonna do like a code along or something like that, or
yeah,
we just?
yeah. Yeah. It's actually a practical session.
Oh, great,
It's very
great.
practical because I'd seen I'd gone through everyone's project proposal. So I have an
Wow.
idea like the needs that you guys might be having, like in terms of deployment and all that. So I'm actually like going to try and like go through having to be able to deploy a lot for like general deployment and all of that, like just cover as much use cases as possible. But I'll just take one particular model,
Oh,
sample
okay.
model, and then like try to deploy it using different ways or different methods.
Oh,
So
different ways. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
so hopefully you can pick and choose your different methods or different ways. Yeah. So I'm going
Yeah, cool,
to
cool.
gonna do that. And I'll try to there are two ways of presenting it. I can just present all the tests and experiments I've done, but I think in this session I would actually be going through like one by one so that everyone can see what's like all the what you need to do step by step and all that. Yeah,
Yeah,
except for maybe actually writing the code. Like the codes are available already and all that. So
no, it's fine. I mean,
okay.
thanks so much, man. I'm excited actually. Thanks.
Well, hopefully it's useful.
Uh,
Yeah.
but what happens? I don't know. Well, I don't know why. Is it? I think is it that we are already getting tired, or what? Because the
The turnout, right?
very low turnout. So, yes, like and people joined extremely late today. Uh, okay, since I think three of them are
We
here.
we
Uh,
can it,
you can just, I think I just,
you want to start?
that,
No pressure. We can wait a bit if you still want. You can wait a bit. There's no rush.
oh, Precious, it's Precious on the call.
Yeah,
Oh,
someone left the
I
call.
think she left. Okay. Uh, what did we say? What's up? You were not the, we had the call with your team yesterday. You were not around. Hope all was good. Precious is good.
That time was not convenient. Good morning.
Okay.
Oh, good.
So I had some other engagement that day.
Okay.
Okay. Well, hope you've gotten the
But
feedback from you.
yes, we had another meeting yesterday. Me, Zoo, Samuel. We had meeting yesterday, so he has given us feedback.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Thank
All
you
right.
so
Hi,
much. I really
Precious.
appreciate.
No problem. Hi, Precious.
Hi, good morning, Jumife.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I am very great as well. On the call yesterday, you were not active, so hope you are good.
Yeah, I'm fine. Actually, a teacher, so I was in class. I just had to join the call.
Oh,
Okay. Wow, well done.
what do you
You're a
what do you,
copper.
what do you teach?
No, I finished August. I
Okay.
I studied mathematics, so I teach mathematics in school.
Oh, nice. I actually taught mathematics to them. like during my NYC, I think I served 1 year in Plateau State, so I used to teach maths in one village like that. Yeah, it was really it was quite an experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. But hope you got the feedback, or hope you were able to get all the feedback that we skipped on before instead.
You mean me?
Yeah,
You mean from the yesterday meeting?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got what she meant about our data set. So we are still hunting for data set that will suit it now.
Okay. But it's a very nice solution that you guys are. It's a very nice stuff that you guys are proposing, and we love to see what you guys will come with eventually. We are waiting for you.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah. Abdul Shakur, why are you late today?
Good morning. Sorry, I was on another call, so I had to like drop off for joining this one. Apology.
Okay, no problem. And were you on the call yesterday for your team?
Nope, I was not.
But wait, was your team on? Did your team have the meeting yesterday with Teju
Nope,
regarding the project?
no, my team did not have any meeting that I
Why
know of.
was why
I
why?
don't. I.
What?
Yeah.
But what is the situation on ground with your team and project right now?
Yeah, I think we've actually submitted what's it called, our proposal, and then we are currently 3 on the team, and we're actually planning on having a call today regarding that. So I didn't even know that there was actually a call with Teju.
She released a do that you guys should fill. Like there was slot there were time slots I should fill for your team.
I think I actually know about that one. I personally did not fill it up, so I was because I'm not kind of the team lead, so I don't
Who's
know.
your team lead?
Is she on the call? She's not currently on the call. Let me try reaching out to her. But yeah, what's it called? Latifa is our team lead.
Okay. But regardless, she sent out another email like this morning about teams that haven't like that we haven't met with teams that we haven't met with. You should like fill that form. So that you'll pick a day between I think today, tomorrow, Monday, and I think from now till Tuesday. So ensure your team fills
Oh,
the
okay.
form and please and that
Yeah.
reply that's okay. That goes to all the other teams too that haven't met with Teju regarding the project. So is that okay? So who was having okay. Chiton was up.
Hi, good morning.
How are you doing?
Good morning, guys.
Yeah, good morning. How are you doing? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, and how's your project going now after the feedback yesterday?
I've not had time to go like over what Teju said. So we are still like what Precious was saying because she's in my team. We are still trying to get the right data set for like what all those hints that Teju was trying to point out to us. So we are trying to get exactly what will fit the description and make our data sets be of that unique type.
You guys are the one doing the energy efficient building, right?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Okay.
I've gone through your project proposals, so kind of have a rough idea of what some of you guys are doing.
Mm.
I mean, still,
Okay.
I don't know where you're searching for data sets, but yeah, Kaggle, there's AWS, AWS Open Data, there's World Bank Open Data. You should be able to find energy data in one of those places. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So I've actually tried to check all the UCI, like you said, cargo,
yeah, there's
and
you.
yeah, the problem now is because we try to streamline our
Mm,
project topic to like be localized in Nigeria, that kind of thing, energy efficiency of buildings in Nigeria. So it's hard to get local data set like Nigerian based. Like the one that we're able to find was like European and it was UK, that kind of thing. So Teju was trying to, because I was trying to explain to her that it's going to fit for like a proof of concept, but she was saying that okay, what will now happen if like getting a Nigerian data set after doing this whole proof of concept stuff and some of there's kind of a data mismatch with like maybe the features or stuff, that kind of thing, because every location has like what is specific to the area, that kind of thing. So
yeah,
that was like the feedback she gave me on that.
yeah. I mean, still look other around. I think even if you don't find like Nigeria specifically, you might find something for Africa that might still work. Yeah, that might still like be relevant. Or uh or like maybe in the future you could even have a data collection pipeline that could work for Nigeria. Yeah, as like you recommend, like a data collection pipeline that could work for Nigeria. But like yeah, something in Africa might be close enough.
Yeah.
So
That was also the summary of the feedback that was given the yesterday too. So
so
yeah.
you
Is there anything that I haven't?
mm,
Okay, sorry. I just want to. Is there anything that I haven't like? Is there any other thing that's there that I haven't got that? If no representative from your team has spoken, can you just unmute yourself? Taufik, what team are you, sorry? Okay. What about Jude? Okay, I think we can just start this. Okay.
okay, hello everyone. Sorry, I think I need a request to share my screen. I just sent a request.
Okay. Yeah.
So hello everyone, my name is Femi Femi Aziz. I'm actually a co-founder of AI Saturdays Lagos along with Tejumade. So we're all in this together and this is very exciting. So different all the journey you've gone through, all of the things you've been learning. It's an experience that kind of initiates you into a culture of self-learners, fellow self-learners. We're a peer-to-peer community study group, and I just wanted to know that it's like just to know that we are all very committed to ensuring that okay, yeah, that we're all committed to ensuring that we give back also in our own way, like meaning that even after you finish this course and you got all the resources and you learn from others, the way the community works is that like you also find a way to give back in the future, and we've been running this cohort for like 8 years now, and this is the ninth cohort, and we're kind of excited about how this is going. I'm sure you guys have been in good hands. Yomife is very, I've heard a lot about Yomife. He's very, very, very hands-on young man. Very interesting young man. I like the energy, the passion and everything. And that's really what drives our community, you know. Every one of us we're passionate about what we do. Do you understand? Okay, I'm currently talking from Toronto. I live in Canada, and it's like 5 a.m. here, so I'm driving myself with the coffee to stay awake. It is rare for me to be this awake on any day of the week, not even talk of a Saturday morning. It's very rare, but yeah. But but I'm excited about teaching this topic. So model deployment. So what I did with this session is very practical. I know you all are in different teams. You want to deploy your models. So I'm not doing too many technical talks and all that. I'm actually going to be going hands-on on this class. So it's very, very practical. My slides are useless for you. It's my code base you would need to be looking at, right? So uh so I looked through your project proposal to have an idea of how to design like this particular class. So what I'll do is that I'm gonna do a quick model development. Like I have the only thing I won't be doing live on this class is just writing code. I've like prepared the code for everything, but like everything that involves like setup, where do you get this, where you get that, what do you install and all that, I'm gonna be taking you through everything. And for all the sample codes I'm using, everything is already on GitHub. I'm going to share the sample code for you so you can have an idea of like, okay, how did they do this? What does the code look like and all of that? Do you get? So I'm going to do model development. So I'll actually run through my code to show you a simple model that I built. The model is not good. It's not very good. It's not like I don't care too much about how good the model is. I just want the model that technically I want to deploy. I just want to imagine that I'm at the point where I have a model and I just want to deploy my model. So I'm not doing anything extra. I'm just simply preparing for a machine learning algorithm and then running a simple machine algorithm through it, and then my model will be ready to deploy. It's a tabular model, which covers most of everyone's use case. And then so the first thing I'm going to do is dashboard deployments. So some people want to do dashboards. You don't really have a machine learning model. You just want to do analytics and you want to create a dashboard where people can interact with your data set and all that very, very fast. I'm going to introduce you to Plotly Studio and now you can build a dashboard. It's even so cool. They have a generative AI component where you actually can use generative AI to describe how you want your dashboard to be like, and they actually create an initial dashboard for you, and then you can like edit the dashboard and all of that. I'm going to show you that. Then next thing we're going to move on to backend deployment and hosting with Fast API and Heroku. This one is useful for someone that like, let's say you actually want to write your own code and put and host yourself, like you want to write your Python backend code and put it yourself. So I just showed how to do that with Fast API. Fast API is a framework for building backend APIs in Python, and then Heroku is just a hosting platform. It used to be free. I think it's free or relatively cheap. Like it is very cheap or free. So it's not very expensive. It's enough for like your proof of concept. Um, so I'm going to show how to do that, and it's just very, very easy to deploy. That's why I selected Heroku. Um, and then I would consume. So after deploying the API, I would then consume the API with something called UI Bakery, which is like a no-code front end. So it's going to be a front end platform that's no code. So I mean, I'm assuming you most likely are not front end developers. You probably can write back end. You might like enjoy back end, but you might not really want to be writing all the JavaScript for front end and all that. So I'm going to use UI Bakery to consume the API that we deployed on Heroku. And then I will show you how you can pull UI components together and how you can like submit to an API and now you can grab the data and like display data, something like that. So we're going to go through that process with that. And then and I'll show you why Fast API is nice, like the documentation, the API documentation, and all of that nice stuff. Yeah, and then finally we'll do the ones everyone knows. Everyone knows Streamlit. So I'm going to actually do a full stack deployment of Streamlit on Streamlit Community Cloud. I'm going to show you how a very easy way to actually deploy Streamlit, and then I'll finally do Gradio. Maybe Gradio is not as popular, but Gradio is also as nice as Streamlit, but it's very similar to Streamlit. I'm going to deploy Gradio on Hugging Face Spaces. Hugging Face Spaces is free. The only thing that might have to do with money here is probably Heroku. Everything else here is free. So I think we are as well represented as possible. And even Heroku, if you know what you're doing, you actually can avoid Heroku and just do AWS with their with free tier, or do Google Cloud with free tier. We can do any of all those ones, but Heroku is probably like the easiest way to deploy that I know, straight from GitHub. The idea is that I'm trying to ensure that I'm doing all these deployments from my I'm doing all this deployment from my GitHub. So I want to try and integrate and ensure that all my code is in one place. All right. So let's okay. So let's see. So quick, let's start from the GitHub code. So everyone, you can quickly scan this to get the GitHub code. I feel like I should also, okay, you can scan this, but I also feel like I should share the link. Okay, let me do the following. Okay, let me quickly share the link of my GitHub with you guys. So I'll be moving around a lot, so you guys should probably get used to it. So this is the GitHub. I'm just gonna share the link in chat to make it faster. But if you can scan the QR code, scan the QR code. But I'm gonna share it here, so you can also grab it in the chat. Can everyone see? Okay.
Yes, we have seen it. It's on
Okay.
the chat right now.
It's on the chat right now. Okay, so everyone, let's use the chat. So right now, let's talk in more coding. And for the coding, I'm just going to don't worry, I'm going to make it easier to view. Let's do appearance Zen mode, and then let's zoom the hell out of this. Hopefully everyone can see the code better now. So basically, don't worry about this import. I'm just importing the libraries I need. I don't need these libraries. Yeah, just these libraries. So this is like my code development is done on the notebook. So I basically, sorry, I was doing some debugging. Yeah. So I basically have a CSV file. Everything is in this folder. So there's a CSV file in this folder. It's called defaults fintech. Do I have the CSV file to be viewed here? No, okay. So I just read the CSV file and then I drop a column I'm not using. I split it into X, Y, and Y. Sorry, X variable and the Y variable. And then I split it into train and test. Easy. I'm sure you've all seen this kind of code every time. And then look at what the data looks like. So the data is just, it has 3 variables and it's trying to make a prediction of whether someone is going to default on a loan or not. So the variable one is, are they employed? That's a Boolean variable. Then there's a bank balance variable, a float that shows their bank balance, and another float that shows their annual salary. This is not enough to predict whether someone is going to default on a loan or not, but this is just enough, simple enough for us to try to deploy. So I built a model, a random forest classifier model. I fit my model, and then here's my prediction, my accuracy, my F1 score, and so on and so forth, and then my confusion matrix. So you can see all of that, my F1 score, my confusion matrix on train and test, and all of that. Do not mind this model, it's not that good. But the idea is that, so I have the model and I want to save the model. So in my own case, I'm saving the model with joblib. But I hashed out the pickle, because you can also use pickle. So you can use pickle to dump the file. But the idea is that I have the model in a pickle file. So this is the model I want to try and deploy. So that's basically what it is, a simple model, and I'm trying to deploy this simple model. Okay. Okay. So that's what we're trying to do over here. Deploy simple model. So let's do the first dashboard one with Plotly Studio. So what is Plotly Studio? Plotly Studio is I could just check them out here. As I said, it's for anybody that might be interested in hosting a dashboard. This might be the tool for you. If you want to publish a dashboard, this might actually be the tool for you. So you can start for free. I think you can. Yeah, you can start for free. It's limited. You can have like only one running app, so it's good for you to like do your test run to see for your project and all of that. So it's a good way to start if you were doing dashboard development, just to see what it works or what it looks like. The nice thing about Plotly Studio is like it is very, it's generative AI driven. It just shows you a nice dashboard. You can see insight about your data and all that. It's a good thing to try out first, you know, and to see whether you really want to be using it, to use it, I mean, for others. So basically, the way you work with it, you have to download. You have to download. It's an app. It's a local app. So you just have to download to your computer. If you're using Windows, download for Windows and download for Mac. So that's what you have to do first. And then once you download, in this case, I have it downloaded here. So I have it downloaded here. So this is it. So, and then when you download it, you can create a new project. And the way you create a new project is basically, as I said, it's like a dashboard development platform. So you just have to upload the data. So I have my own data sets, right? And then you explain to it what the context of the data is and what your goal for the data is. It's like it's generative AI, so you're not really. It's like it's giving you a start with understanding what you're trying to do, and giving you like an initial dashboard idea, and then you can then edit the dashboard and create exactly what you're trying to do. So in my own case, I have like default my CSV file, and I'm trying to, that's the file I'm trying to visualize. So I give it that file, and then it's asking me for context and goals, and I'm trying to give it context like um building an app uh for predicting loan default as using the following features. Void bank balance. I mean, you don't have to like be explicit, be extra in terms of the description. I'm just being extra with it. Because I have a small feature set, so I think I know all the feature offhand, and annual salary. So that's it. and then it's gonna tell me how it's gonna build it, like with text, given the data I've provided. So it's still generating right now. Okay. Now it's saying analyzing loan default pattern using this. Default rates by employment status as a bar chart with drop down. So it's telling me what the chart is going to develop. Annual salary rate, default distribution, bank balance distribution, correlation matrix. I want that. If you also want any other new charts, you could also add a here. Like maybe I could say let me see. Let me see. What other chart would I want to add? Let me see. Mm, prediction. Uh, prediction indicators or something like that. Or yeah, I could do maybe KDE plots. I could say sorry, density plots of let me say density plots of variables categorized by density plots of variables categorized by default class, something like that. So yeah, I have that. Then it's looking at the global filters and the team, and the color team. So it's going to tell you what color team it wants to use and all that. And that's it. And then next you click generate application, and then it takes all of that input and then actually creates your dashboard for you. So it's going to use the team, the components, data cards, data table, and then all these charts. And then there you'd have like an interactive dashboard. Okay. Okay, so let's just wait a few minutes for that one to generate. Mm. I think I think it's generated everything. It's just waiting to do this correlation heat map. So can you see it has a density? Yeah,
I want to ask a question though. Sorry, I
yeah,
hope that's okay.
yeah. Please ask
Yeah, so
question.
like this is still like using like the Plotly library itself, right? Is
Uh,
it just like is it just low code instead?
yeah, yeah. It's using the Plotly library, no code. Yeah.
No. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So you guys can see this is what the app. This is what it looks like. You can filter your data by. You can filter your data such as you only see employed or unemployed, defaulters or non-defaulters. Yeah, you can do all the filtering here where you can put like salary range that you want to see, bank balance range. You can do percentile and risk category and all of that. And you can see the total records, like summary statistics of your data, average salary, average bank balance, employment rate, and then you can see default rates by employment status. So this is it. You can see your correlation map right here. You can see your default distribution across salary range, like all these interesting plots that you might need, more correlation feature, um, and default prediction indicators. You can see your density plots by default status and all that, and then you can see your data card right underneath below. So this just generates a very interactive like dashboard for you, and then you can preview this in your browser. Depends on your need. You can remove the plots and put a new one and all that. But the idea is that it just creates a very, very interesting um dashboard for you. So yeah, so and then so once you have that, it's easy for you to preview, then you can just publish. So right here, you can just click and publish, and voila, the app is live. You can share the link with other people. So you already have your app deployed and all that. So it's just very no code approach to deployment. So that is one very useful tool, Plotly. For those who just want to do analytics or just want to develop a dashboard, this is I mean, at least for your project, this is something you can consider using. Okay. Any questions so far on this one before moving on? Questions? Okay. Sorry, I shouldn't stop sharing. I wanted to. Okay. Okay, in the absence of any question, and we're gonna move on. Okay. So the next thing we're thinking about doing is, yeah, so that's for dashboard. Next one is backend.
I have a question.
Okay, what's the question, Do busy?
Yeah, Femi, thanks so much. My question is, before we use this Plotly Studio, do we need to create an account first?
Yeah, yeah.
Or we should just download the app, then we
Yeah,
start using it?
you download the app, then you need to create an account, yes.
Okay,
Yeah, you need to create.
thank you.
Okay. So because like in my own case, I had created an account, that's why I just opened straight away. But usually you download the app, then you create an account, yeah. Okay. Now let's talk about this guy. This one is a bit packed, but we can deal with it straight away. So for this one, we need to use the Fast API framework. So as usual, let me just quickly open Fast API and talk about Fast API. Fast API is just a framework for building like APIs very fast. It's high performance. It's very nice. It even gives you like it gives you you can use types. It also gives you like a documentation, API documentation that's very, very easy to use and all that. So without much ado, let's jump into what that looks like. So for the Fast API code, I actually put it on something called main.py, and this is what it looks like basically. So it's just your usual code setup. This is what the setup looks like. You just have a global variable. You have your model declared as a global variable, and then you load your model. So you have to ensure that the things that before your API becomes available, you want to load your model. And loading your model is very easy. You're just calling joblib and you're loading the pickle file that we just saved, right? So you load your model, and then of course, like Fast API allows you to have this thing where you can where the API can wait for you to load this model before the API starts. So that's to ensure that your model is ready before the API starts, right? And then you just have to create an app and call it Fast API, give it a title, a description, a version, and then of course the lifespan span we just did here. And then you can also all sort of nice things. You can have like an else check, you can have a readiness check, that just check whether your model is here, else check that just check whether your model is there, and all of that. And then you have the main thing, which is a post request to predict. Now, the nice thing about post request to predict is that you can use something called Pydantic to do your data validation, where data validation just means you want to ensure that the data that's coming in is in the format you exactly want. So this input data, I created it from a file called schema. So I declared a file called schema right here. Schema, okay, right here. It's very simple. It's just from Pydantic. I'm just defining my input variables, employed, bank balance, annual salary, and I'm declaring their types. Like I want this to be Boolean, I want this to be float, and I want this to be float. That's all. Just declaring their type. So it's a very simple way to do schema. Pydantic is very nice because Pydantic um allows you to provide typings for your like variables. It allows you to do validation, data validation for your input variable when you want to build an API, which is usually a problem sometimes. And so you just,
Hello, sorry.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So like I was looking at that schema code.
okay.
The optional there, right?
Mm.
Does it mean that the this feature is optional, right? Like you can have values or not, something like that when you're reading it or passing it into the model or something like
Mhm. Um, yeah, I think so. I think so.
that. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right, okay.
I think so. I'm not sure. Like, yeah, let me get back to you on that. Uh, I think so, but I think it's more like let me see. I mean, we could
No,
actually,
it's even fine. No, it's even fine because I have your GitHub here, so I'll just use your GitHub to
yeah. I mean, we
yeah.
could actually check. Um,
Femi, I think you're correct. Like it's optional, or it can be optional, or whenever it takes on a value, then it has to be float.
okay, okay, yeah, okay, thanks.
Thanks.
So yeah, thank you very much, Lady. So that's it. You just define the typing. So you can. The funny thing is that the nice thing about the schema file is that you can actually do more data validation check over there. So and why you're doing that, you're doing that so that you conveniently provide that input over here. So your data here just automatically gives that well-defined input definition to your like API that's making the prediction. And then you just convert it to a dictionary, you convert it to a data frame here, you convert it to an array, and then you feed it to your model that you already loaded. So you can do model, you can do your model probability if you want the probability distribution, the probability of and then so you have like your API standard API returns, and that's it. And then of course you run it with this UVCon library, and you just give it the app and the host and the ports, and you're good. So yeah, that is fast API. Like the fast API part is a framework that just allows you to serve um your model as an API endpoint. So the thing now is that you want to host it. So yeah, you've created it as an API endpoint, but you want to host it. And that's where Heroku comes in. Let me quickly introduce Heroku. So Heroku is a platform, is an they're trying to everybody's trying to be AI these days, but Heroku is just we used to use Heroku to just easily host our models in the past. Sorry, our APIs in the past. It wasn't an AI platform, but they're trying to like be an AI platform now and all of that. But it still does what it does in the past very well. It still is the old faithful Heroku. It was very convenient to host an app here, and they used to have like some free for developer. I think they stopped doing that now. Um, but it's so sweet that I just couldn't resist. No, okay, not having it. I think I have my account open somewhere else. Um, okay. So the way the Heroku stuff works is that basically you can create a new app, and when you create the new app, like so you can log in, of course you have to log in, and then you create a new app. So what you have to do is that you just have to link it to the GitHub. Uh, yeah, yeah, Teju, it does bring back old memories. So you just have to link it to a GitHub. The key thing with Heroku is that Heroku wants you to give it, you need to give it the main file that it needs to run. That's why I call the main file main.py. Um, and you need to you need to define something called proc file. So Heroku requires you to find something called profile, and that's it. It's very easy. The profile is just going to tell it like how to run your app, right? So in this case, I'm saying run on the web. Just call you've gone call main, which is my main.py file, which is right here. And then just call app, which is like the fast API app that I defined over here. Yeah. So that's all I'm doing. Just give this to Heroku and then give it the host and the port number. And Heroku is going to just use this profile. And of course, please, you need to give it a requirement.txt file that has all the libraries you need. So I have all my libraries in my requirement.txt file. So with that library and with this proc file, Heroku is good to go. That's why Heroku is really nice. And the nice thing about it is that I just need to connect it to a GitHub that has all those files. So once I push my code to that GitHub, Heroku like is going to host that straight away, right? So I'm going like for example, I'm deploying the main branch and I just push my code to the main branch, which is my GitHub that you just saw right here. So this is it. So this is the proc file. This is the requirement.txt. And then this is the main.py. Those are the things it needs, and we're good to go. So just giving it this exact endpoint, exact GitHub account, and deploying it, I have my app. And so like that, just like that, you can open your Heroku app. This is my app. Now the nice thing, let's look at the nice thing that Fast API does. Now Fast API allows me to have a documentation. So all I just need to do is take my endpoints and just put docs, and voila, it automatically creates a documentation using all the endpoints I just defined. So remember my else endpoint, my ready endpoints, and the other nice thing that you want to be able to do when you build an API endpoint is you want to be able to test. Now, because I'm using Pydantic and I've done like my data validation, it also allows me to test the API right here, right now. I can try it out, which is really cool. So it creates an example variable. Yes, you can create an example variable because of the Pydantic I have, and I can literally click try it out right there. And it creates this example JSON, and then I say execute, and he executes. He actually calls the request and gets this response. Do you understand? So I can try it out on my browser even before I integrate with something else already. Anybody, I can give my documentation to somebody else that needs to integrate with me, and they will be good to go with this. That's the nice thing about Fast API. You can either have this documentation or you can have another fancy documentation called so there's another one called redoc. So if you instead of /docs, if you do /redoc, I think /redoc, yeah. So you just get these other fancy endpoints documentation. So you can get this other fancy one instead of the first one. I think you can test this too. Yeah, I think you can test this too. So you can download the API specification. You can see all the endpoints, readiness check, predicts, the post predicts check, and you can see what a successful response looks like and all that. And then, yeah, that's it. So you can have those two documentations in that way. So the thing is, let's now use these endpoints to actually so that's it with backend. You just did backend deployment with Fast API and Heroku. Let's move on to the next one. So now I'm just going to use that opportunity to introduce like we're in the world of no code and all this vibe coding and all that. So I would just say don't say no to the tools, use them together, because I know the challenge with most of us is that we might not be like the front end guys. I mean, we might still be able to do a bit of the back end because it's still Python, but the front end might be a bit challenging. So that's why that's why I look for a tool that can allow you to actually do the front end thing, right? So this is called UI Bakery. This also has some free parts. The free part is right here. The free plan is right here. You have unlimited app, you have up to 5 users. So it's community support, so it has a free portion, and that's why I feel like you can use it for many of your simple projects just to demo that. So very nice for free in that sense. So I created an account. I'm going to start from scratch just to be fair. Just to take you guys through what this is like. So let me create a new app. Yeah, a new app. Let's call it Cohorts 9. What's the vibe? I want to give my app like a blue icon. Yeah, okay, great. So you basically just go create an account and all that. So what we want to do with this app is that we want to basically create a form. So we'll just, or you just go over here, pull out the form, and then you put it in the center because that's what I want my app to be like. And in that form, I want to have so you pull your resources from the left-hand side, like I just did, but then you edit it on the right-hand side, right? So in this form, I want to first give the title to the form. I'll change the form title to loan loan default prediction app. Okay. Loan default prediction app. That's the title. Then I want to have the first ID that I want is employed. Employed. And I want it to be a Boolean. So Boolean, employed Boolean. Yeah. Next ID is bank balance. And I want it to be a number. Yeah, I want it to be a number. And the final form element is annual salary. And I want it to be a number 2. So I have all of that, and then I can remove the other fields because I don't need them. Yeah. Let me remove everything because I don't need any of them. So columns, it's auto. Yeah, so this is my inputs. Then the next thing is, so this platform also allows you to create something called action. So when you scroll down, you can see something like not validation. So you can see triggers. That it's called trigger. So we want to add a trigger that says a trigger that says on submit. So like when you click the submit button, you want something to happen. So we want to create an action. So it takes you to the part below where you can actually communicate with the, so this part below, you can actually communicate with an you can communicate with a database, you can communicate with an API and all that. So here I want to communicate with, I want to communicate with an HTTP API. So I'll just click the HTTP API. Meaning it's going to make an HTTP request with the file data. So I want it to be a post request, and then I want to put my Heroku link here. So I'll go back to Heroku to grab the link. I think, yeah, this is it. Yeah. This is the link, but it's not docs, it's predict. So a post request to predict. Yeah. And then the body, I want it to be a JSON. So I think employed. I can be looking at, so while working on it, I can be looking at the documentation just to be sure I get all the spellings correct. That's the point of the documentation. I can literally just copy those things. So I want to have employed as a key. I don't know the value yet. I'll come back to that. I want to have bank balance as my second key. I don't know the value yet. And I want to have annual salary as my final key. Annual salary. So employed. So the way in this platform, the way when you want to have a certain data, you use double, I think double column, sorry, double brackets. Yeah, double brackets. Yeah, so you go to, in this case, is the form UI form value. So the UI form value holds the value of all the UI elements. So I can go to UI form value and then access like a dictionary, and then access employed. So let me move one of them. Okay, better now. So the next one, the same thing. Balance. And then the final one. Good. Let me see if I think I have one extra one. Yeah. Oh no, it should be there. It should be there. Yeah. Okay. So just to be sure, I can put a value there, 100, so I can see what it looks like. And then over here, I could try to execute action. It's failing because it says there's a syntax.
I think you missed the closing brackets at the end.
Right, okay. Done here, right here. So execute action, and voila, you see, it actually calls, it has the payload. Do you understand? It has the right payload. Can you see false 100, and it has the result I'm expecting, prediction and 0. So what do you want to do with this prediction? What do you want to do with it? I want to add so I want to just for simplicity, I just want to select an action on success. I want it to create a notification. So the thing is that if you want to be advanced, you can save the data to a local storage and then create another maybe UI element and then, another. But I just want to make my life easy and just create a notification. And then in the notification, I just want to say, okay, prediction. I think the data is in something called data, but I want to, it's in this prediction in the data. I think so. Okay, that works. So I can check here. Yeah, prediction 0, and that's it. Nothing too complex. I'm just going to really simple demonstration, and that's it. You just you submit, you play around with your data, and then you submit, and then it just gives you a notification that's a prediction, and that's all. So you just consumed your API, your Roku API using like this front end, and then all you have to do is just you can share. You can make it public, just make it public, and then you can get the embedded URL and then share the embedded URL with someone, and then is it loading or something? Maybe, sorry, maybe I haven't released. I think there's a release path. Yeah, there's a release path. Publish. Yeah, I have to publish. Okay. So you've published it. Yeah, okay, yeah. So now you have your app. You can share your app with people. Someone can come to your app and play with your app. And you can do your demos with your app. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So if you wanted to go this route, that's a way to go. Let's go. Let's move on because of time. So yeah, those are the ways to do the backend, Fast API, Roku, and your front end with UI Bakery. You don't have to do it. But now there's these other nicer apps. These ones are full stack apps that you don't have to do front end and back end separately. You can actually do everything in one code. That's Streamlit. And not just it not only provides you how to do it in one code, it also provides you with a cloud, Streamlit community cloud, where you can deploy it straight away. So instead of like doing fast API and Heroku and another app, if you want to do it all, if you want to detach all of that separately, you can just have one platform that does all of that. So that's how I introduced you to Streamlit. Streamlit is with Streamlit Python, you can kind of build like your data apps. In fact, the other time I was talking about creating dashboards and all that, you actually can build all your dashboards with Streamlit. If you don't want to use Plotly, Plotly is just a way to show you how to do it. You can build all your like dashboard apps with just Streamlit. And these are some things I think people have done. People have built all sort of things. People have built like dashboards and different things and all that. And even in AI Saturdays, Lagos, we've been using Streamlit ourselves. Our cohort 7, yeah, I just noticed that our cohort 7 leaderboard, actually we use Streamlit to build it. So this is what it looks like. So it's you can use for dashboards, you can use for apps like this, any data related app. So I think we had different teams, and we had the rank of their team score using their GitHub account and all that. So we had these things, different things like this, and we can see all the people involved and all that. So we built this with Streamlit internally in AI Saturdays. So this is a really cool app, and it was a good way to demonstrate to do this. So you can use it for like dashboard applications like this and all that. So now okay, so for our own use case, it's very easy. You just have to have a Streamlit app right here in your code and push it to GitHub, and then Streamlit connects it to GitHub, and Streamlit can grab your code for you in GitHub. Yeah, that's one way to do it, and which is the way that I chose. Remember, I'm trying to stick to like just using one GitHub that has all my code. So just Streamlit app.py and a requirement.txt file. Requirement.txt file already has all the files we're using or we're importing all our libraries. Sorry, in all our applications. So you just have to do st.title, and then you load the model as usual, and then you create a form. So st.form, and then in your form you put all your variables: employed, bank balance, annual salary. And then this one you make it a checkbox. This ones are number inputs. And then of course you just put you can put initial values or something, and then put a placeholder, and then submitted. So now this is where you put the logic to load your model when submission has happened. When submission has happened, that's when you create a data frame using the inputs from the form, and then you call your model, make your model prediction, and then you do your logic, and then you write this out, and that's all. That's all, simple as ABC. And then once you do that with your Streamlit app, you go to your and then you can create an app by clicking into a GitHub repo that has the file. So in my own case, it's prototype AI main branch, and then the file I just edited, and that's it. And then it gives me a new domain, and then I can deploy. That's all. It's very easy to deploy on the Streamlit Cloud, and that's all. And the nice thing about Streamlit Cloud, I didn't deploy because I already have it here, right here. The nice thing about Streamlit app is that you can also edit with GitHub code bases online. So you can also stay right here on the browser and access your code on the browser, and make your changes right here on the browser with GitHub code bases. So because the challenge sometimes might be that locally I might not be able to debug what I'm doing, but I can like go online and actually debug it on like from here. Yeah, this is it. Okay. So this is it. I have it right here. I can run it right here and test it. Do you understand? I can call Python. Sure. Oh, it's running it straight away. It actually automatically runs it. And then the application is running. You can open the browser so you can see what you're writing, and you can see it in the browser straight away. What happened? Oh, sorry. Oh, okay, this is right here. Okay. So you can see the app, and so you can also work on GitHub code bases. Sorry, GitHub code base, and then like make your changes. You can see all your files here because you're accessing the GitHub account. You can see your files here, and then make all your changes here, and then see the changes live, and then adjust it accordingly.
Sorry, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yes, like now you're editing the already existing Streamlit app on your GitHub. Like, can I start from scratch? Like, no app in our GitHub repository, like
Yeah.
from scratch, like with these code spaces, because it
Yeah.
looks cool. I've never really tried
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You can start from scratch. Yeah, you
All
can
right,
start from scratch. Yeah,
thanks.
yeah. You can start from scratch. Yeah, you can start from scratch. So you can just work within this code base. It's like I would like to say it's like an online, it's like a VS Code online, right? So you can just go to code base and actually work from there, and then just put it directly to your GitHub and all that. And you have like a terminal, you have your code, you have your browser, you even have Copilot these days. People people code with these things these days, how to plot my variables or something like that. So I don't know what Copilot does, but yeah, you have a sidekick that helps you. And I'm not signing in. You have a sidekick that kind of helps you to do all the dirty work forward. You understand? You have your code pilot and all that. So that's it. Let's move on. Let me see if we can go back here. And then yeah, so once you deploy your app, it's pretty much straightforward with Streamlit Cloud. The app is live. You can then share your app with people, you make your app public, copy the link, and then share. And then someone you're like, hey, this is my app, and then someone accesses, they can access your app this way and actually interact with your app this way. So that's Streamlit. The last but not the least today is Gradio on Hugging Face Space. So I'm going to introduce Gradio. I also introduce Hugging Face Space. But the idea is that unlike Streamlit as community cloud where you just hosting your Streamlit app. Someone has a question. Let me see. Yeah, but Gradio. So I kind of like I'm biased towards Gradio. The reason is because Gradio is like Streamlit, but the nice thing about Gradio is that Gradio can stay right in your like Jupyter notebook. So this is my Jupyter notebook. I have my prediction logic here. The prediction logic just takes in the inputs. And once it takes in the inputs, you actually use the model to make the prediction right there. You make the prediction with the model, and then you return. You just have a function that does it, that has your model logic. And then you just create a Gradio interface. So Gradio, this is Gradio. Create a Gradio interface, give it the function that you just created above here. Then give it the inputs. The way the inputs works, I just tell it all the types, like text, because in this order, because I give it bank balance first, annual salary, and employed. So you do your data validation here, text, and then a drop down, and the drop down is yes or no, and then what the output is going to be, and then you say demo launch share equals to true. Actually, you kind of get a temporary link that hosts your model for 72 hours. So even if you don't want to use Hugging Face spaces, and you just want to use just right here from your browser, you actually can deploy the full app from your notebook, which is really cool. You can get a URL that people can use for like 72 hours. And that's why I think I like it, because you can iterate faster over here because it's just in your Jupyter notebook. And you can see the UI right here in your Jupyter notebook, and then you can play with it in your Jupyter notebook. You can like 3,400 and then employed. Yes. And then submit. Yeah, that's it. That's why I like it. Like you just can work with it. It's right here in your Jupyter notebook before you even start deploying. So if you're the laziest and you don't want to even do any deployment, you can already start doing it here. But but then if you now want more than 72 hours, you definitely want your app to be live and you want to be using your app, you should actually then use Hugging Face Space. Let's go to let's Hugging Face Space. Right there. Okay. No, that's Gradio. That I just showed you. And the thing with Gradio also is that you can use it to build your app, you can use it to build your dashboard also. You can use it to build all of those things. Yeah. Hugging Face
So,
Spaces.
so
Yeah.
if there's now like in the model logic at some
Mhm.
points you might need like to pre-process the data
Yeah.
before prediction. Like can is there a part like in the Gradio interface
Yeah.
it shows? Is there a way, or will it go inside the this
Yeah,
predictions?
yeah. Inside this run prediction, you can put all your logic here. It's a function.
Okay, okay,
It's a Python function. So all your logic, all your pre-processing, everything you want to do, you can put it right here.
all
Yes,
right.
you can even have a class outside that you're calling. You can call functions outside, so long as all the files are here. So that's why it's that flexible because it can stay right in your notebook.
All right.
So
Thanks.
deploying to your notebook, yeah. So let's talk about Hugging Face Space. Hugging Face Spaces is another community free hub for hosting your app for free. Um, but the thing with Hugging Face Spaces is that it kind of creates your own. So let's go through trying to create a new space so that because I already have a space and everyone's probably like that doesn't work. So then let's create a new space. Like so let's go to Hugging Face Spaces. So the nice thing about Hugging Face Spaces is that if you actually have like so this if you have any model that's not just text, sorry, tabular, and maybe you're doing an NLP app or you're building a computer vision app, this might be your place. Do you understand? So you actually can look at other models here. So like a text generation app, an image generation app, or computer vision object detection, text analysis, all of that. You can use this place for that. You can get pre-trained models for that. But in this case, we have like our own custom model that we are trying to load. But I'm just saying, if you ever need other models, there's like this hub has a lot of spaces for you, so you can deploy one of those models and you can put your input in it. So I would say those who have like computer vision or NLP models and you don't want to like customly build it, that's another thing about this space. You can use Hugging Face spaces for it. But what we want to do today is to create our own space. Let me call it quad 9. Create our own space, loan prediction app, loan default prediction app, license IT. So here I can say Gradle. I mean, you can also create it. You can also pull like Streamlit here also. You can do all this other stuff, but I'm sticking to Gradle. And I want it blank. Is it the hardware is CPU? So not the CPU is free. I don't think most of you don't need a GPU hardware. But if you're doing like the computer vision model or the NLP model, you might need a GPU hardware. But most times CPU, I'm okay with it being public, and then you can create space. Very easy like that. So the space kind of gives you like a GitHub environment. Do you understand? But like its own GitHub environment. So you can clone, it's like a repo, it's like create a repo for you. So you can clone the repo, put your files there and all that. But for me, I don't want to start doing all of that because I already have my repo. So the trick for me is to go to files. I already have my repo and I have the main files I want. So I'll just go to the repo and then I'll go to this place and say update. Where is it? And say not clone repository files. Oh, contribute, yeah, contribute, and I'll do upload files. Contribute upload files, and then you can drag and drop your files here. So let me try and drag and drop my files here. like all the files that I want to. Well, you can also go through that way, but I'll just rather open and drag and drop here. Documents, yeah. Okay, this is it. So I'll just the files I care about. I need the pickle file, I need the requirements file, and I need the Gradio. So I have a Gradio.py. And the Gradio.py is basically what you saw. Let me quickly run through that. It's basically what you've seen already. You've seen it already. It's the same thing. Just I just did it in a py file, right? You just Gradio pandas joblib. I load the model with joblib, joblib.load. I have the same function, run prediction function, and then I call the Gradio interface. That's all. And then launch. That's all. It's the same thing. So no magic going on.
Because
That's
now
it.
now you're uploading this like manually, like you're uploading it
Yeah,
from your local
yeah.
system.
So
So
yeah.
is it possible to do the same thing like with StreamMate, like
Yeah.
from GitHub?
So the trick is that the reason why I'm doing it is that it's because it's creating so Hugging Face creates like a whole repo for
Mm,
for itself, right?
mm.
So because I am doing a demo,
Okay,
right?
okay,
And I
okay.
want everything to stay in one GitHub repo. Do you understand? But like
Mm,
if you know you're working with Radio and Hugging Face, just use their repo. Like actually
okay,
clone their repo, then that should be your repo. That's where your code is gonna be. Do you understand?
okay.
I don't know why they are not linked to GitHub. Usually most people will say link to GitHub and just pull all those files from GitHub straight away. But I
Mm,
guess they're trying to do their own thing, you know.
mm, mm,
Yeah, so
mm. Oh, okay.
that's why I'm doing this. So the trick for me is I'm cool with like just putting my like if I honestly if I'm also working on this project, I'd rather have my code in GitHub and just
Mm,
like update my GitHub code. If I want to update, then I'll just put the files like this. That's just one.
okay,
Yeah. So
okay.
that's why I'd rather do it this way, but you can just put the
All right,
repo. Yeah.
all
So
right, all right. Thanks, thanks.
so after you, and okay, I know I need these three files. I need my requirements, my model, and all that. Yeah. Then I can commit the changes. Write a nice commit message. Mm, initial functionality. Write a nice commit message and then commit changes to main. It works just like GitHub too, exactly. And then yeah, all my files are there, voila. But it's not gonna load yet because yeah, sorry. Okay. Let's go back to full screen. So let's go to the app. It's not gonna load. Yeah, the reason why it's not gonna load is because it's expecting to see a app.py file. So it's expecting to see a app.py file. So because it's expecting to see a app.py file, I have to change my Gradio. I have to rename my Gradio app to app.py. So you can edit all your code here also. If you also like that, you can just actually just edit your codes here. Let me see. Edit. So right here you can edit. So you can start writing your code here and edit. But it's like GitHub's kind of edit. So not an edit where you can run. It's not GitHub code base. So it's not so cool. And then I can change my commits, rename file. Uh, not a very informative commit message, but we're good. And then I can commit the change to main. And once I commit and I go here, you're gonna see it starts running because it now sees an app.py. And so it's gonna start trying to install all my requirement.txt file, and then it's gonna start the application. Does it mean the application is ready? Yeah, the application is starting. So yeah, you just wait. Yeah, and voila, just like that, we have our app. Our app is ready. And you can test it again. Test it again. The model is not the best of model. Sorry, it's probably just predicting non default for everybody. But the nice thing about this also is the fact that you can have this as a so this is if you need your link, this is where your link is. This is your link. Yeah, this is your link that you can share with other people that need your app so they can use your app and also of course love your app or give feedback to your app. Yeah. So this is the link you can share people, and then they can use the app and all that. So yeah, the other thing I also wanted to say is that another nice thing about this is that this can be for those who are working with mobile. This can also be a PWA, progressive web app. So basically, if you share this link with me and I go to like a mobile device, there's no way to show my mobile device here. You can kind of install the app as a like progressive web app for mobile. Like yeah, but I think my yeah, for mobile you can install it as a progressive web app. So let's say you have a model that uses camera and all that. I think there's some great APIs that you can call that can give you like on your device camera or something like that. So if you have this on the mobile, that can like kind of create the same effect like it's a native mobile app, yeah. But that would be all with yeah, that would be all with the organ face. Yeah, questions and answers, guys. End of the journey. We have our apps deployed on different platforms and dashboard. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I do have some questions.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask. Sorry in case there's noise in my background. Some
Okay.
innovation, my bad.
Okay. It's fine.
So, I want. I don't know if it's one or two questions, but like, let me just go ahead and shoot. So, like, first of all, I mean, it was amazing to see everything, the available options. I get the point, showing us all these options, meaning if somebody wants to ask you which one is the best, your response is anyone you want. Like you have this, so I get that part already.
Mhm.
But I
Yeah.
just want to ask, especially for someone in your position, being the head of data science where
Mm,
you're at now, if
mm,
you were to hire like junior machine learning engineers or data
mm,
scientists and all of that, and both you had two candidates, right? Both candidates understand the theory, like the theory, the machine learning, like the modeling and all of that. But one is like a specialist with like fast API, Flask. Another one is a specialist in Streamlit. Like, which would you prefer? Like, which would you? This is just a personal thing. Like, which would you prefer? For the role and stuff like that. Like, I just want to know now. For most of
yeah.
us that might go the Gradio Streamlit route, is it
Like,
okay? Okay.
oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. What I'll tell you is that, like, yeah, it's like so yeah, let's say I can use fast API, I can do all of those things, but I can tell you my day job doesn't have a lot of those things again. Like in fact, the reason why I know about fast API is because like someone I had in our team recently that uses it, and I'm like, oh, it's actually cool. Because I left backend engineering a long time ago. So I don't even use all these things again. Heroku feels very old to me. Like, those days, we used to use Heroku. I don't use them every day again. Like it's not like my worry. And so I think even when I'm seeing people and I'm trying to hire people, it's not the thing that comes in front of my face as like important. Like because the most important is I remember like we're data scientists and you're focused on trying to just demonstrate or show how your project works and all that. And it's not really like that's why I'm presenting all the options. It's not like the most critical thing. Some people like backend code, and so they like it and they have the skill set, and so they'll put a lot of effort at that. But it's not like a way I wouldn't be reviewing a data scientist and be looking at like his backend skills. Like if he has it, it might be like a plus. Do you understand? But like it's not going to stand in front of my face. It's not gonna like I would absolutely choose a good data scientist every day over someone who just knows how to like, do you understand? Like it's not like a critical skill set, but it's a useful skill set. Like I'm still gonna consider it that, oh, you're cool that you can do that, but I don't think you should beat yourself over it. Like it's optional. Like, do you get? But
yeah,
I think it should be
yeah,
more of a nerdy thing, personal nerdy thing. Like you just like it, you just enjoy it. Like, do you understand? Like it shouldn't come from the place of like I've not used Gradio very well. I've not used Streamlit very well, but like the last time I used it for the court leaderboard thing, it was such a nice experience. Like I'll tell you for free. It was such a nice experience. It was so useful. If I was going the route of like building an app for that, that's gonna be like very stressful. Like so it's a tool that you should enjoy using. You don't want to do the front end that's gonna give you that thing. I would suck at doing the back end and the front end that'll give me that result. So it is a tool that you should actually absolutely enjoy. Do you understand? Yeah.
Yeah, so a follow up now on that now, like based on everything you said, like a follow up on that, like how does this? What about for a role that involves like ML ops? Now, what will we say is the like? What's your stance on ML
Yeah.
ops? Anyone?
Even yeah,
Yeah.
even for ML ops roles, even for ML ops roles, I think you would also need like a little bit of more of advanced tools, like containers, like knowing how to use Docker, Kubernetes, and all that. That's a different kind of role. Like you definitely would need like all the big machines, how to deal with the distributed systems and all that. How do you deploy like on maybe on AWS platform and all that? Like that's a DevOps role. Do you understand? That's a different kind of skill set. Forget that they put ML in front of it. The ML is just uh DevOps tools for machine learning models, but it's still a DevOps role to me, as far as I'm concerned. It's a different kind of role from like it's a different kind, it's not data science role specifically. You just happen to know a little bit of data science. It's mostly DevOps. Yeah. Good questions though. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for actually saying that. Cause now, cause I've always felt like as you said this, right? It just felt like some weight off my shoulders was taken off. Like it makes sense now, that ML
Yeah.
ops is literally DevOps. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for the answers too.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that, like, so the reason why we are teaching you these tools is that you need a little bit of those things, but you don't like, except it's going to be your career trajectory, then you can go fully into it. But so someone might be seeing all of this and like actually enjoy it. So if you enjoy it, then dive in that direction. Like we're not training you to put you in one certain box and like, oh, you can only do this, you can only do that. So if like the way I did the Roku Fast API thing, you're like, oh, that's so smooth, that I love that, then dive in. Like if you enjoy it, go there. That means you've discovered what you like, right? And if that's not the case for you, then it means it's not. It will be something else for somebody else. Do you get? Yeah. Let me see. So someone says, Precious says, with the deployment, will I use the code I moved to my GitHub from Collab or Collab to any deployment method I want to use? Also, if you're working with Collab, so it's always a nice thing to always like, even if you're working in collab, to always like have your code in GitHub, right? Because like it's a repository and all that. It's also a very important skill. So even as a data scientist, as anyway, like knowing how to use GitHub is very, very critical, very important. So it's always a good idea to have your code in GitHub, right? Even if you're using a notebook on Collab and all that. And and it's also nice to have like for your deployment files, it's always nice to have like a Python file for deployment instead of like the notebook. It's kind of nice to use the Python files because most of these deployment platforms, you can see they just read the Python files themselves and deploy the Python files. So when it comes to deployment, I think any method you want to use, I think it's a good idea to use GitHub. Yeah, it's a good idea to use GitHub. That's why I try to ensure that all the methods I'm teaching, like we're going through GitHub. It's a very good idea to do that. Any other question? Good question, Precious. Oh, Ismail. Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Thank you, sir. And well done since morning. So this is like a personal questions, and I think I really want you to advise like when someone just found an internship in a company that deals with machine learning and
Mhm.
AI. Yeah, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
So like someone just found an internship in machine learning and AI, not deeply with the little knowledge that he gets from this AI Saturday of it. So
Yeah.
I just want you to advise, like, how is the person going to cope? Because I'll not lie to you, I'm having a kind of mixed feeling, like happy and anxiety
Okay.
concerning the opportunity now. So I just want you to advise me how I post myself in that organizations.
Okay. So the thing is that there's always this thing where if you're entering a new field or learning a new skill set, there's always this challenge where things feel a bit overwhelming or things feel a bit difficult and all that. And usually you need a little bit of like you need a little bit of exposure that exposes you to like trying out different projects, laying your hands on different projects, and doing different things. What that does for you is that makes you start to see patterns. The difference between like someone who is just starting out in a new field and someone who is very experienced in the field is that the experienced person in the field knows all the pattern, has broken down everything is seen into patterns. So say I'm reading your project proposals. As I'm reading your project proposals, I'm reading the first person project idea and I see a pattern. My head does a classification, a categorization of what that project is about. I see another page, my head does that classification and all that. I'm talking to a client, my head is classifying and all that. So where all that classification is coming from is just years of like seeing different patterns of the way different things have gone, right? And so the way you learn to see that pattern fast is by like trying to lay your hands on as much project as possible. It makes you start to get a bit comfortable and confident. And when you face a new challenge, there's always a reference point to something like, oh yeah, I think I've tried it before. I think I've done this before and all that. But even when you face a brand new challenge that you've not done before, you do not have a reference point. The foundations, the fundamental patterns, which is some of the things we're trying to teach here, are actually going to be a good fallback for you. They're going to help out. Do you get like the core statistic, the very foundation of like a you don't use you split your data into training, valid, test. You do this like all those core foundations, like they always show up everywhere all the time. And so that's why when anybody's interviewing you, even though they don't know the details of what the project you've done, the first portion of the interview is about asking you about the foundations. And the thing every one of us always all do is going back to the foundations every time, because those foundations kind of repeat themselves in all the different patterns you find. And so my advice would just be uh just keep learning, keep improving your capacity, and keep trying out different projects. As in, be very hands-on. That's why we're teaching you all these tools and all that. Be very, very hands-on. Try this project, try that project, do as much projects as you can do. It really, really helps you. Like, be very hands-on. Yeah, as much as you can.
All right, thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah. Okay.
So
Tejuma. Yeah.
thank you so much, Femi. I know it's quite early for you,
Yeah.
and really great to always listen to you. For those of you who don't know Femi or it's their first time meeting him, Femi is actually my co-founder. We founded AI Saturdays Lagos together back in 2018. And I'd like to think of him as my Femi, I've never called you this before, but honestly, I mean, when I was just starting to learn about AI, Femi was already a boss, so it can be considered a mentor. So because a lot of the things that I also learned, I picked some of them from him, and then so it's really great to have been on this ride together for many years and many years to come, I'm sure. And thank you for being here. And it was really nice to listen to the questions. And then I feel like your session just made it's the perfect way to wrap the cohort up because we've been doing a lot of theory, foundational knowledge, which is extremely important, and we emphasize at AS Saturdays Lagos. But we're also very lucky to have Femi, who's working in the industry, knows the tools that he uses to complement all of the foundational knowledge that he has, and he can bring that to the community and share this knowledge for free with all of us. So thank you so much, and we hope to see you in another cohort. And yeah, so I'm just gonna give the floor back to Yomife to take us through what next, and we have one more week of content for before the cohort comes to an end. I can't believe it's already 10 weeks that we've been together, and we would spend the next 3 weeks not doing any lectures, but maybe we can continue to have the regular community call to just check in. But the point of the next 3 weeks is for you to work on your project, but we will do check-in to assist if needed. And the final week, which is the what we call the cohort demo day, if that's the word I want to use right now, where you all get to tell us about the projects you've worked on and present it. That would come on, I keep forgetting because we changed the date, but it's a week after what was supposed to be it. So uh, October
25th October
25.
2015.
Yeah, so it's now October 25, yes. So October 25 is going to be the demo day. We will invite, of course, of all the organizers, and also extend invitations to Femi and Kenichi, and to help judge the project from their point of view. But we'll send more details to come. To recap, today is the 27th of September. We are in week 9. Next week is the last week for the community call based on the content and the lecture. That's week 10. And week 11 is the October 11th. Week 12 is October 18th. So week 11 and 12, there's no class. I mean, we are done with the content, but if you want, we can still have a call with you on Saturday. It's up to Yomife, but it's not in our plan right now. So it's supposed to be free those 2 weeks. And then on the 25th of October, we would come back for the demo day. But in those 2 weeks, we will reach out to you to check in on your project, and we would expect you to send us your slides by a certain date before the demo day, and even maybe schedule some time for you to practice to make the 25th of October as smooth as we can make it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much, Teja. Warm words.
Uh, well,
Yeah, sorry. Let's ask a question. Sorry, if I'm okay. Sorry that I'm asking too many questions.
It
Um,
doesn't have much question.
never.
um,
Yes, ma'am.
so Tejumade just said something sooner about the slides and sending the slides. So I wanted to ask now because I've not done an AI Saturday Lagos presentation before, so I just wanted to ask, like, is it possible just the same thing similar to the proposal, the template that Yomife sent us? Is it possible we can have a template, so it doesn't have to have the content, it could just have like placeholders? The reason why I'm asking is I'm trying to just avoid it for my team now. I'm trying to avoid a situation where we do a presentation and after the presentation they're like, judges are like, you didn't add this, you didn't add that. So I just want to know everything they would like us to add, right? So that you can add everything and more. Like what is ideal for, because some of us are coming from a business background and we understand presentations from a business point of view. So like, the people, the community we're presenting to are more technical. I mean, there's business involved, but they are more technical. So like, is there anything like, is it possible to have like a template or something like that? Like, what would they like to see, and what they do they not care about? Yeah, basically. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yomife can prepare the template. You're just giving him more work, but he's always up to the challenge. And
My boss, I'm sorry. Please do. In fact, I take it back.
Yeah,
but
no
I
problem.
mostly,
must take it back.
No, no,
But,
no, 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 no
but
but
problem.
TJ,
mostly what
sorry, TJ, do we not usually, I think we have old students like,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Do we
I
have
was
them on
gonna say
speaker?
we have a lot of yeah, we have like some slides we could even share and also past presentation. But this
Yeah,
is specific, it's fine. It's a very small ask and we definitely would want to do it. I think having a template help to put everyone into like the same baseline. This is what
Perspective.
is expected, but it's mostly going to be the judging will be based on what we stated in the proposal in the projects like model deployment was always like optional, but it's really nice to have. If Femi is one of the judges, Femi, what would you be looking out for in an AS at the Lagos cohort project presentation?
foundations.
Yeah. So it's like, have you used this? Which algorithm have you used? I mean, Femi told you a bunch of tools today. They are fun to have, but you can pick it up in a day. In a few hours, you're up and running. I don't really care too much about that. I want to know if you understand the algorithms you're using or why, or what's the reasoning for choosing X and Y, and why, like, what kind of evaluation are you even evaluating? Like, how are you thinking about it? How did you pre-process your data? What are
Yeah,
the choices you're making?
yeah,
Those are the things I'm trying to get to understand if you actually know your foundations. But the rest is nice to have to make a coherent story.
yeah. And another tip for like for things like this and even for hiring in the future, be thorough. Like when like the thing is that when you do these things, be thorough. Be very thorough. Like don't rush through it. Like do you understand? Like think about each process. Like the things we do are very standard and specific, but like I can tell you that like when I'm hiring, like when I've been doing interviews, like two people will do exactly the same thing. One person is very thorough and like it's the same basic like hyperparameter tuning, split train test splits, this one, that one, like it's the same standard stuff. But I can tell you some people are very thorough, like and it makes all the difference. Like they're very thorough. They understand why they did each. They understand why they selected each because there's so many tools, and any of them works, and any of them kind of gives good results. But like someone that's very thorough with like this is why we selected this for this kind of problem and all that. Like that's like golden. That makes all the difference. Do you understand? Like it's the same basic stuffs, but just someone else with just very thorough and very that they're very documentation heavy, very reasonable. They know why this, they know why that. Like, it feels good.
Yeah. It's just as Femi said, Zundu, I also told you this when we met on Friday, right? When we were explaining to me the reason for some of the pre-processing. I was like, write it down, make sure it's explicitly stated what hypothesis are you making. At the end of the day, it's like your reason, like how you come to the solution that like the tools you're picking is helpful to set the pace because like you have problem is like you have one problem, but there are multiple ways in which you can arrive at a solution. So that's what makes the way you unique is how you're thinking about solving the problem and like rationalizing and justifying and things like that. So at the end of the day, we're giving you tools to become a data scientist, a machine learning engineer, and you can expand. But we hope that you use this opportunity to explore yourself. Like it's just an opportunity to work on a project and be as thorough as you can and have a story. And, in the future, you can only get better. You build on top of that and you continue from there.
Well done, everybody. Thanks to Teju, thanks so much. It's nice having everybody around. That was an awesome session. Thanks so much for gracing our presence.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you more with us.
Yeah,
Thanks
Oh,
for saying
I'm gonna try to take a picture. I've not done that in a long time. So if anyone wants to turn on their camera, would like to be in this group picture and smile, would
I,
appreciate it.
I, I hope I'm not looking sleepy.
You're good. So does anyone else want to be in the group picture? You can turn on your camera and let's take a picture together. Yay, nice to see you, Precious. Um, okay. Sorry I caught you out,
Right.
Dad. You maybe some of you are like, oh no, I need to put on my t-shirt.
Technically, technically,
Oh.
technically, Teju just wants to snap with fine boy, but I get it.
Well, I'm so glad that Precious joined in. So now it's
Uh,
like two girls, right?
yeah,
Okay, so I'm gonna Abdishakar, are you also gonna are you trying to turn it on? Should I wait a bit? Because it's very dark right now, in case you're
like Nigeria is
Hey, Busaya, look at
Nigeria.
my girls showing up. We only the men are
Guys,
shy.
guys, let's balance up. Let's balance up. We need
The
to
men
take.
are shy. Uzundu is set his card.
Okay, thank
Oh,
you.
look at
Nice,
that.
nice.
So
Thank you.
Shaka finally put the a face to the names.
I'm trying to
Uh,
see. I'm trying to see if it looks like an Abdul Shakur, but thank
okay. Okay. Then I'm gonna try to take the
Oh, wait. Some people are trying to join. Let's see.
you.
okay. All right.
I
We
just
can take multiple. So let's start now. If someone else joins in, we'll do it again.
Okay.
Um,
is my face clear?
So we're good.
You-
do we have more people? More okay. Then let's bad timing, Chita. No worries, it's okay. There is never a bad timing, you
Your
know.
name is there. Your name is there.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, so everyone say cheese.
Jeez.
All right, so we have a picture. That's good.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right. I think it's nice to put the name to everybody's face.
Yeah, yeah. Bye, bye, guys. It's
Yeah.
nice.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much, Mr. Femi, for the appearance. Thanks so much. Everybody. Okay. Regarding week nine's assessment, how is it going?
Okay, guys. I think I can just take my leave now. Let me
All
go and
right, sir.
sleep.
All right. Thanks
That's
so
what you
much.
guys rest of
Sorry
the
for
day.
the inconvenience.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Right. Thank you very much. Right.
Yes. Because okay, nobody has attended the assessment, right?
Trying to mix it up with the project preparation.
Sorry, I
So
think
that is everybody. Is that,
sorry, I think you said that the assessment is that we should just pick a data set and use like what we learned in the week, right?
yes, of course.
Ah, okay. Okay,
Yes.
no problem.
The thing is, I sent out the link. But the reason why I knew I think nobody has attempted it was because in the lab notebook for the recommender system, there was no link to the data set that was used, and nobody asked.
And me,
So the data
I've
set
not watched the recommender system. Personally, like speaking for myself, I only had time to do the unsupervised learning, like, but I didn't have time for recommender system.
I've not also gotten to the recommended system aspect.
what was happening? What exactly is wrong? Everybody, is
Omo,
everybody
Omo,
against
Yo-
the
Yomife, so
project?
many things are happening at the same time.
What's happening? Chat. What is happening? Oh,
The week was just so rough.
what made the week rough?
I
Nobody
mean,
said.
you cannot give us more
Um,
time. You can extend the deadline for Avec small. Thank you, boss. Thank you.
Is it everybody now that we have, before, no, there was no excuse. Now that we are working on project, everybody was alive. Life has been life. Oh my god. Okay, all right, but please let's work on it because we have another assessment this coming week. Okay, let me share my screen.
Hello, Yomife.
Yes.
Sorry, I have a question. I was not
Proceed.
really around for majority of this class that Mr. Femi took. So I just wanted to know because I know he's concerning the model deployment, whether he's going to be reachable on Discord too, like in case like running into any issue or something like that.
He's on Discord, but I'm not sure what's the availability. I think Teju can answer that. I don't because I'm not I don't do I don't I'm not sure of his schedule.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I mean, Yomife, you know where to find Femi. Like if he's not monitoring Discord and if someone thinks to ask about it, you can ping on WhatsApp. He's going to answer. Or in case it's just not monitoring it.
Okay. All right. So send in your questions. You can drop them on the chat on the channel. And if I need to reach out to him, then I'll definitely reach out to him and meet to that. So that's fair enough.
Yeah, thank you, Teju and Yomife.
No problem. So okay. I guess we'll be able to go through this. But let me just tell us what this coming week 10, we'll be going into deep learning. Not like no, not like we'll be introducing. We'll be introducing deep learning, and yeah. So I also have an assessment. We'll be building a basic for neural network. Um, this course was taught using this particular lecture was the lab was given using TensorFlow. TensorFlow. Um, but I think right now PyTorch is still the most used, right? I think PyTorch is the most of the codes I've interacted with, most of the codes I've seen. We usually use PyTorch. So tell me what are you suggesting regarding this? Can you just proceed with the TensorFlow? Okay, I don't think Tejo is there. All right. Okay, so we'll be going to week 10. This is, yeah, week 10 is about uh, introducing deep learning. So, however, that is going to proceed to be communicated via the means of, but this course is taught using a TensorFlow and Keras. Majorly we use PyTorch in this day and time. So, and if you guys had gone through the if you guys had gone through the lab material for the recommender system. So I was playing around. So I'll drop the link to the two data sets. I'll send it with the email that will be sent after the call. So there were two data sets that were used to for this particular lab. Even though there was no video for this, but once if you watch the recommender system video and then you go through this lab and you read through the code, it has a lot of what's it called? It has lots of comments. So when you read the lab, when you go through the lecture video and you go through this code, you understand. But if you don't understand, then please reach out. I know there's a particular thing that is doing recommenders that are focusing. So please, you can watch this, you can go through this code and see how it's yeah. Okay, and then this particular code, I think particular code. I will drop a link to this particular code, to this particular notebook. I will clean it up and drop the link to this particular notebook with the link I'll be sending, because this, yeah, I was doing some stuff, yeah, and I'll clean up everything. So
Yeah, sorry.
please read.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, man, I just wanted to. Obviously, this is not important at all, but I just wanted to give a huge shout out to the lady that took the unsupervised learning topic, that video, the one on unsupervised learning. Like, I feel like I know I've said this before about you guys monetizing your YouTube videos, but I want to, like, that video is making me repeat it again. So um I'm not trying to impress anybody here. If you're a lady here, I'm not trying to impress you, and if you're a guy, I'm not trying to be that guy. But I am of the opinion that women teach statistics better than men. Like, not it's not about who knows it more, right? You might know it more, but I think women are great at, like, explaining and helping you understand. So that lady, she broke down, like, unsupervised learning, bringing in images at every stage. So it's not like as if you're in chemistry where they are talking about atoms and molecules that you can't see. Like, at every stage, like, her explanation of PCA was thorough. Femi just said something about being thorough. Her explanation of PCA is the best you can find, like, or the best I have seen. So, like, I'm just giving a shout out. Like, thank you guys for hooking us up with that lady, the video itself and everything. It was good. Like, I watched this unsupervised video twice, like, and I didn't slip off or anything. It was very explanatory. Like, it's the best topic, it's the best video I've seen on supervised learning, man. Thanks again. Yeah, that's all.
Yes, I also watch, as you know, before coming, I do watch everything, like, over and over again. She really did a great job, and she broke it down to, like, the very basics. She broke it down to very basics. If you also I also watch the recommendation system by this woman as well. This particular woman. She
Yeah,
also
I'll watch it
she
after
also like
this.
she really did a great job explain breaking down this particular concept. If you watch this particular video, and you come to the even though, you come to the lab notebook, when you read
Mm.
through the code, it is like you understand it. There's nothing hard in it. The only thing that might be, once you understand what she said in that place, when you come here, you will get why we are having all this all this. Since most of us do not have, watch this answering. If I was, it would just be like me, just like starting everything over. There is no time for that. But it's just that what I can just say is that this is just a method of me. It's just a recommendation system. But we do using, yes, we do the recommendation using precise similarity of um of the va- of the user item matrix. After we create a user item matrix, then we get a color. We use our precise similarity to find the ones that, based on same users and based on items. This stuff we will get. I will say based on the users and also based on the items as well.
So I wanted to ask something too, because in her presentation, because, my bad, I haven't seen this recommender system, but
Sure.
I'm gonna,
Mhm.
as this class ends, I'll just play it now and can finish up. So I wanted to ask, because I think in her presentation, right, she said that like, I think, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if I'm wrong, but I think she said in the presentation, like what she showed us in the slides, that recommendation, like, recommender systems is like a type of unsupervised learning. I don't know if is that correct, or
Sure,
is that
sure, sure. It is correct.
Okay, okay, yeah,
It is
yeah,
correct.
yeah. Okay, okay. Thank you. I just wanted
It's
to
a form
confirm.
of it's a form of unsupervised learning. And this was just something like a clustering. So like you know so you just like this, okay, this person, okay, okay, you are watching, you watch the movie. Let's say you watch the movie on Netflix now. You watch the movie on Netflix. If you are checking through Netflix, it will say, okay, other it will recommend you some movies based on a particular movie. So it will recommend you some movies based on your location. If you it will recommend you some movie based on like exactly based on location now. That one is okay. Let me open this. Ah, okay. So there is an hybrid. Let me go to Twitter. Where is this? Okay, let me open that slide.
Yemife, I want to ask something.
Yes.
Um, for
Yeah, proceed.
the lab note, I wanted to ask if the data set is a must that we should have two data sets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hello,
No,
can you
no,
hear
no,
me?
no, no. You are using the two data. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So the two data sets are for two different um, two different stores. Let me open the notebook. This is an anime data set. For you to and we were able to do item collaborative filtering using the item and also the user item based collaborative filtering and also the user based collaborative filtering.
I'm talking about
The item.
the rating data set. Is it still from
Okay,
the first data set or is it different data set? Because I was looking at it this morning, I couldn't really get what
is
was
in the
going.
same. They are the same. Is in the same. Like, okay, let me. This is the link. This is the data. This is the first. This is the anime data set.
Yes.
So you see, this is the anime and this is the rating. Can you see that?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you see this? So it is
Yes. I
in the same. It is the same. So it's in the same. So we can call them the same data set. I'll just
okay.
like merge them together. So and also this is the second one. The movie data set in the same lab in the same stuff. I see this is movie credits and this is also the
Movie
movie
six.
data set.
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they are from the same link. So I will attach that's why I will attach that.
Okay. Because I
I will
wanted to access it, I couldn't access it this morning.
yeah. So if even if you run the notebook, you won't be able to like run it because you don't have the data set.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let me
Yeah.
let me let me drop the link in the so that's for the movie and that's for the anime. So yeah, just explore and let's if anything is confusing, bring it to our attention. And if you need okay, and as the assessment, don't forget to we have an assessment for week 9. So please do it and submit and let us know. Oh, okay, I think it was not in this slide. It was in the recommender system slide. Okay, it's in the recommender system slide. So all this stuff, if you had gone through the what's it called, the material, the ones we got it. Okay, while I'm waiting for this thing to so
Hello, Yomi.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just wanted to
Hello?
confirm this weekend assessment that you pointed out, that would be the would that be the last like assessment?
Yes,
Okay.
to the glory of God. To be the last assessment for the port. So everybody can go and feel or take a break and go and complete everything that needs to be completed and then work on work on uh, I'm not saying this thing. Okay. This is the slide I'll so what was your question again? I forgot to know. Who asked the question? Was it Izu?
It was Precious that asked.
Okay, pressure, what was your
No,
question?
me, I was talking about the data sets. Is it that one that you are looking
Okay.
for?
No. I've sorted the data set. Like somebody
I
asked the
think
question, I
it's
said I'm supposed to
yes.
look.
It was. Is it Uzu?
I forgot the question. Okay. Based on this is basically a summary of the recommender system. So you on this summarizes everything you find in this particular notebook. So content-based filtering. So you compare products to features to match similar products and then makes recommendations. Recommendations happens based on the contents the user interacts with. Okay, that is content-based filtering. So you are recommending to another person based on you are recommending to this particular individual based on the content the person has interacted with. So let's say on your YouTube music or your Apple Music or it will recommend some music based on the music that you are listening to. Okay, they say that they're in the same genre, or probably they belong to the same artist. So it will based on what you are listening to. Hmm, it's okay. Probably because of the same artist, probably because the same genre. So or probably they are the same and some other metadata like that. So it will recommend features. It will recommend other ones for it. And then collaborative feature groups people or users together based on their similarities and makes recommendations to one user based on the item the others in the group have shown interest in. That is where the Netflix. I was talking about the Netflix recommendation as so that okay, you will see top 10 in Nigeria. So definitely, if you are seeing top 10 in Nigeria, it can show if I open my Netflix, it will show me top 10 movies in Nigeria. So that means that if it is top 10 in Nigeria, I am most likely going to watch it. It will not give me top 10 in a particular in any other country. It will give me a top 10 around the world, which I can also be interested in. So do you get it's just so based on that it is not sending me that because um how am I saying because I have watched the movie. It is not sending me that it's not recommending that movie because I am familiar with that genre like particular person. But because people around me like that particular movie, recommend it to me. It's recommending it to me that okay, this context then I might probably like this. And then both user attribute and item features are considered when making recommendations as increases. The accuracy of recommendation also increases. So this is now when you are okay. First of all, when you join the plan, let's say you join or you open your account with Google Music and um YouTube Music or this or Spotify, it's going to tell you that select up to few artists, or even if you are joining a new social media or you are opening it's okay. What are people you want to follow? What are you? It is asking for metadata from it. It's because it has no prior information from it. It's asking for information. So those ones now, it will just use strictly that to recommend stuff. But in practice, we use in practice both of the state of the art of in big organization. We don't just use one. It is an aggregation of. Yes, precious.
Okay, I think I chose because I was trying to see if I could start my assessment and all. So the data set I chose, it contained just one. You showed me the one that was used for the lab notes, and I saw two,
Mhm.
but the data set I chose contained just one. So how in that case, what do I do? Do I split the data? I don't understand.
Okay, you know what? Before you say you want to first of all, come and then look at this particular data set. Look at the two data sets that are available now. Read through them. What exactly are we doing here? Why did we need it? This is you might not need. Okay, look at this one. And the anime CSV, we have anime ID, name, and all those stuff. If we have okay, if we have anime ID, and we also have user ID, and we also add okay. See, there is rating. We already have rating here. You can decide to use this particular rating. Hmm? You can start to use this particularity and just like probably you can just like extract features and that will be your that's so that you can follow this particular step. Do you get? So you can just like decide to like extract the needed features. So that will now be your own rating data frame. Do you get that? So I don't know your data set exactly, but when you read through the code and you see how it is done, then you can, yeah, as Teju said, how many of us I see that we don't like our videos again. See this video. It's only one like that is me. Have we subscribed to our YouTube channel? We don't like our videos again. Don't you want? And we are talking about monetizing them. These are ways we can support all the videos that we have sent out. Please like them, subscribe to our YouTube channel. As we do say, please, these are the things we can do for it. So, is precious exactly. If
Not
all the
really, but I'll
features,
look at it again. I was
yeah,
hoping I could
what I'm
see a
saying,
data set that has because my data set is just one, and throughout the night I was just struggling with it. Fine, now say let me go to bed. I beg.
look at that. It is about the features you need. If all the features you need are here, you already have anime ID. The only thing that is missing in this particular data set is user ID. Exactly. We already have user
Yes.
ID that is missing in this particular data set. So if we are if we have user ID here, then and this is the only data set we're given, we can just extract the needed feature. Okay, user ID, admin ID, and everything, so that you can follow the steps that we're doing. You might not necessarily follow it like that, but I'm just saying that if you want to like follow it step by step before you now decide, okay, this is how I want to like manipulate these things. It is better for you to like first follow through, then now like when you now find your way, then decide how you want to like go about it. Exactly.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
if you still don't get it, you can tag me on the Discord channel, tag me to it, and we'll look at it together.
Or should I look for a data set that have to?
You know that okay, this thing okay, you know what? After checking it again if you don't get it, you can tag me and then we'll look at this together. Then we will now if you need to look at it. You get it?
Okay. All right. Thank
So
you.
let's talk. All right. Don't forget things that I want to like schedule a meeting with with schedule. She sent out another mail this morning regarding that. So please respond to the mail as soon as possible. And yeah.
Sorry, is the mail for everybody to respond to? What about people that met with you guys on Friday?
Yeah. If you already met with us yesterday, no need for now. At least before we will need to like reach out, before we need to communicate with you, I think it's just needs to have like worked on what was recommended and what we suggested to you guys before we now like. So whatever you guys have done, then we'll look at it again and then we'll see how what is the next step. But for those that weren't able to fix a meeting for yesterday, so please respond to that email and let us know how we can work things out together. Okay. Teju, do you have anything to say before we round up?
No, Yamife, thank you so much for the session.
Yeah, thank you. And thanks to Mr. Femi once again for teaching us about deployment. All right, everyone. Sorry I was not able to go through my slides today. This is for the best. And I'm not introducing anything new, but probably would have been able to like go through this stuff together. If and that is if we had gone through the video. But guys, have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Catch you during the weekend on the Discord channel. If you have any challenges, let us know. And for those that will be meeting with later on, yeah, catch you later. And for those that we'll be talking on the channel, yeah, let's chat on the channel. All right. Have a wonderful weekend and yeah. Bye.